What's up, folks? We are back with a PSA reveal. This was a 35 card order. It's actually been sitting on my desk for a couple days, just waiting for the right time to record it. And I'm so excited to show you the results of this one. There's some cool old school stuff in this order. And you know the drill, we'll talk about the gem rate, the cards I accepted offers on from PSA, and how we think we did on this order. So I've already sliced open the tape, but I have not opened the boxes yet. And I think there's 26 cards in here. So a couple here. One card that was not graded, and we'll talk about that one when we get there. If I remember correctly, something interesting about it. So, oh man, I was hoping to delay this one, but that's a really sweet one right there. Let's get this bubble wrap mountain undone here. Okay, yeah, some cool old school stuff that we'll start off with. In fact, I'll just make one big pile here. That's the middle. This one was not graded. It said min size not met, so I'm having some trouble with some of my old cards getting that back from the big collection that I bought this summer. And this was one of them, this Sean Alexander Bowman Rookie Gold, number 99. It looked really clean. I mean, you can see the little bit of whiting around the edges because of that black. But yeah, this one I guess was a minimum size. I don't know what I'll do with that. I'll probably try and resubmit it. Sometimes it's just a subjective call on that. I think it would be really neat slabbed. But, you know, is what it is. If I have to sell it raw, I have to sell it raw. I definitely didn't tamper with it, and I don't think the guy that I bought it from did. There were tons of cards that, you know, he had a massive, massive collection he'd been amassing over years, and, you know, I submitted a lot of them, including stuff like this Brian Urlacher, Essential Credentials Now. You know, not an amazing card, but just a cool old school one. And again, I don't know the pop exactly on this card, but thought that'd be nice to slab up. I thought it'd do a little better than a 6, but, you know, still a cool one to have. So I'll put sort of the off-grade stuff here, but again, I'm not too upset about some of this old school stuff getting low grades. Freddie Jones, again, not a crazy player, but it's a Star Rubies. To get an 8 on that, numbered to 30. Shining Star Rubies. It's an even rarer one. To get an 8, I'll take that all day. That's an awesome card to get slabbed up. And of course, there's some modern stuff in here. Sean O'Malley, Green Prism Fearless, PSA 10. Always take that stuff. Let's do our 10 stack right there. A lot of Brady's in this order. And I feel like they were a little harsh on some, but definitely pretty good on others. I tried to send in stuff that would only 9 or 10. Let's see. I'll do like a 9 stack. Let's rearrange this. Lose my mind a little bit. There we go. I have no clue what was wrong with this one. A 5? I don't know. Maybe something happened as they opened the card. I'm just kind of looking together with you guys. Trying to get the light right on there. I don't know what that is. Just a little fleck of something on the slab. The back looks pretty good. Usually there's like some crimping or some dent fingernail that I missed. I don't know. That's probably going to be a crack and inspect type of thing because the Anthony Edwards Choice Rookie. Pretty sweet card. Deion Sanders Platinum Medallion numbered to 50. I know he's in a Ravens uni. That's maybe the only downside to it, but just a cool card. I think it's a pop one, none higher. Some Sanders collector is going to really want that card, I have a feeling. You know, not a massive card, probably in the $100 to $200 range, but still cool nonetheless. I guess he can go in the 9 pile, even though that's an older one. I did grade 2 of these Sports Illustrated for Kids cards. Oh, what? That's weird. You guys see that on that slab? I don't actually think that's broken. I think that's like a piece of maybe where it was enslabbed, and actually, I'm not really sure. Let's look at that more carefully. That might be broken off of there. I don't know. Again, I'll have to look at that. That's weird. Huh. Anyway, and this one got a 9, which I guess centering is why, but this one somehow only got a 6. I don't know. Maybe there's a little dent in the card. These are really thin paper stock, so it's really easy to dent these cards or to have bends in the paper. But Lauren Betts, Paige Beckers, you know, worth a shot. This one I knew there was no way it was going to get a high grade because of the centering, but that is like how almost all of these are. So an 8 on this Ichiro second year gold is actually a pretty solid grade. So I was expecting about an 8 at best on that one. Not a super expensive card, but a cool, rare, old school one. Star Rubies is a very collectible set. Corey Dillon was a really good running back for a number of years. Iconic set, obviously. PSA 9 on that one. That was neat. Malik Neighbors tie-dye prism. Okay, hold on. There's a really cool card coming next. I need to cover that one up. Let's go. You may have already seen a little bit of it. There we go. We'll do that. We'll save that one. Malik Neighbors tie-dye rookie. Sad that he's out for the year, but always taking those in a 10. Only 2 10s so far, but guys, again, this is a sort of a unique order. I'm not too concerned with gen rate because of some of the old stuff that we were sending. We weren't expecting gems on that. We were not expecting a gem on this, but I was still really pleased with this card. I'll do the bottom reveal so you can get a little taste of what we're looking at. Tom Brady. Oh yeah, that's a Bowman Chrome Refractor. That is a second year 2002 Bowman Chrome Refractor PSA 9, numbered to 500. I knew it had some surface imperfections, so it wouldn't 10, but I thought it had an outside chance at a 9. I'm so thrilled that got a 9. So thrilled. Sweet card. Big money, too, in that 9. That was from the same collection, by the way, as the Sean Alexander and some of those other Jalen Hurts Christmas red and green rookie card from Mosaic, PSA 10. Always good to have some of those pop. Yeah. Again, I have no idea. I mean, I guess it's possible I missed something. I'm kind of showing you guys a little bit of the back. I don't want to waste your time with grading reinspection. I can do that on my own, but like, huh? Okay. I guess it's a 5. Really nice timing on this one. Yamamoto, his stuff is way up now. PSA 10 from Topps Black and White. I think does over $100 now. Own the Game Ellie rookie. Never can have too many Ellie rookie PSA 10s. Shea Razzle Dazzle. I was surprised at how low this card is. I don't know, maybe these Razzle Dazzles aren't as rare this year, but I thought this was a case hit from Mosaic. I've seen comps in the like 70 to 90 range. I would have thought it'd be over 100 for as good as he is, but regardless, Shea and a 10, I will take that all day. Chet Holmgren White Ice. I thought a really cool looking card. Probably not super valuable, number to 125, but still just a neat looking card. I love this year's Phoenix, the way that the background design kind of plays with the image of the player. Okay, a lot more Brady stuff coming. 2 PSA 9 Bowman Chrome 2005s. Again, these are cards that are just collectible for Brady fans. They're old school, they're rare. You can still find them. They're not massive cards. I mean, these do $40 to $50. You can see centering was my main issue on that one. This one top down centering maybe a little bit, but worth it because if you get a 10, there's a nice grade bump on that, which you'll see a few 10s coming up in a minute. Jacob Wilson Chrome Refractor. Again, not a big card. Probably not something I'm sending in a ton of at the new price increase with PSA. As you have probably heard, sending cards at the value bulk level are now $22 instead of $20, and the turnaround time is a little bit longer. Now there's a little bit of confusion because they're changing the way that they track the number of days. So whereas they used to track your turnaround days starting from when they open the package and put it in the system, now they're starting it from when the package arrives at their headquarters. So there's a little bit of gray area and like how much longer are they actually going to have the cards. But regardless, I don't know that cards like this make sense to send in at $22. And then the next step up, if you want them faster, is like $28. Certainly not sending too many Topps Chrome Refractors of good but not great all-star, rookies. Although he might have been an all-star. I don't know. You get the point. Okay, so I sent in 3 of these 2006 Bowman Chrome Brady's, and what do you know? They all tend. So just the way it goes sometimes. The 05s both 9'd, and the 2006s, all PSA 10. So again, worth a shot there, and that one paid off. And then the last physical card we have is the Hobby Masters Derek Jeter, 1997. I thought that was just an awesome looking card, and it was so clean when I got it. I figured I'd throw it in the collection, or throw it in the submission. So you can just see, looking at this, 10s, 9s, other. Normally, right, this would not be a very good order, but because of the nature of the cards we sent, lots of older stuff, weren't expecting 10s, weren't expecting gem mint. This was, I thought, a pretty good return. And that's not even including the stuff we already accepted offers on. So let me go over to the PSA page and show you what we took offers on. All right, we've got the PSA app open, which, speaking of which, the PSA app, all the updates they've made over the last couple months, they're awesome. I love that you can see cards you've sold, ones you're currently selling, all the offers you've received or have accepted, cards you've vaulted, which I just started doing with them. Shout out to PSA and collectors for all of the creative things that they've done with the PSA app. It's really an all-in-one spot for everything PSA. Okay, starting with the offers here, 2024 Alexander Sarr Silver Prism. I think I had a couple bucks into this card from a card show, so let's just call it 25 all in with grading fees. To sell for 161 after fees, oh my gosh, I was skipping to the bank on that one. 1998 Score pre-production, Charles Woodson rookie, PSA 9, I was happy just to break even on that one. 2006 Bowman Chrome Devin Hester. So funny story here. You can see I accepted an $87 offer on this one. That's after fees. Well, I actually sold this exact same card from my eBay store. It was either right before or right after this. And that one sold for $85 before fees were taken out. And that was a card I'd gotten back in a previous grading order before PSA was doing these instant offers. So when I got this offer, you better believe I was taking that one. Twins right here. 2 purple out of 99 Aaron Judge Topps Pristine PSA 10s. I got them both in the same lot. I want to say I spent 15 bucks a piece. So we'll just call it 40 bucks per card. You know, that's a really nice $85 to $90 profit each on that. Easy accept on those offers. This one shocked me. Red Foil Ohtani from 2023 Topps, number to 199. That's a PSA 9, guys, and I got a $127 offer. I know his stuff's up. I know that's a red color match with the Angels, but still, 127 bucks? Man, that made me so happy. Absolutely taking that one. Peyton Pritchard, Pink Ice, rookie, 26 bucks, break even, no issue there. PSA 10 Luka rookie, his stuff is definitely up. I think that was well within the range of expected prices to get on that card. Status isn't a great product, but still Luka rookie, PSA 10, took the $90 offer. And then this one was awesome. Bowman's Best U Campus Captains. It's just a regular insert of Bo Nix. It is the speckle variation, but that's not numbered. And it's a PSA 10, 77 bucks. Man, that seemed like a very generous offer. I can't stress enough, guys, when you get these offers, be sure to do your research right away and accept, because they do change. I've had offers that I sat on, checked back hours later, and the offer had gone down or wasn't there anymore. So you've got to accept those offers quick from PSA. But anyway, let's go back to the cards and see what our gem rate was. So the results are in. Here is our total order. There were 18 PSA 10s, 10 PSA 9s, and 7 other. That includes that Sean Alexander do not holder card, which left us with a gem rate of 51%, and I'm actually pretty thrilled with that. You know, there were a couple cards like that PSA 5 Ant-Man and PSA 5 Pete Alonso that were a bit baffling to me, but overall, considering the cards we sent, you remember we sent those old school Tom Brady's, some of those 90s and 2000s rare inserts, I was not expecting 10s on those. And it goes to show that sometimes just by submitting the right cards, you can increase the value of them just by getting them slabbed, despite not getting a crazy gem rate, despite not getting PSA 10s on everything. This was overall a really successful order. And I can't stress enough, those PSA offers are just so nice for liquidity. Yes, you don't get the cards back in hand. It's more fun to open up a big PSA order. I've definitely been there with, over 100 card orders before. But getting that money deposited right into your account, ready to redeploy into new cards to grade, is how you keep the flywheel going. So I can't stress enough, accepting those offers when they're fair, when they're strong, as soon as you get them in the app when your grades pop. So let me know, what are you submitting now that the PSA submissions have changed slightly? The turnaround time, the pricing, does this make you hold off? Are you, raising your gaze to higher value cards like I'm doing? Let me know in the comments and let me know what you thought of this order. We'll see you guys in the next one.